Hello. All right. So let's get started with our little note of mid-effort breaking point reference for Spa. All right. So turn one up here. You would think turn 100 meter, simple, straightforward. It's not the 100 meter. It's hard to see slow, but whenever you are going through here fast, there's a spot right around here where the car will like go down a little bump, like a hill, like it goes down a bit. When you hit the bottom of that, and you'll see your suspension on the front compress when it happens, that's when you want to brake. The 100 meters is a little too late in my opinion. Like you have to brake hard, like so hard at the 100 meter that the car kind of unsettles. But anyway, bring it to the inside. You'll want to be in second gear. Kind of get into third and time the revs right so you don't get any wheel spin. And then up until the end of the Kimmel straight here, it's flat, obviously. Keep to the right, bring it over meow. Bring it over meow. Alright, now, up here. So they've redone Spa in this game. This corner's not as sharp as it used to be, so somewhere around when that curve starts, you're going to be looking to brake. You're definitely going to be braking before you hit that 50. You're going to want to bring it in. You're not going to brake too awful much. You'll bring it and touch that green, and then bring her back around this way. Sometimes you can take more of that curve on the inside, sometimes not. Once you get to here, though, like you're almost like back on it flat and in fourth or fifth, and you can touch a little bit of that, and you gain a lot of time by like trying to carry as much speed as possible through there, because you can carry more than you think. It's a very little fast chicane now. Here, when you hit the change in pavement, is when I start to look to gear down. Here's a corner where trail braking is real important, because you're going to be putting it in third, you know, and trying to get it slowed down. And you want to hear your tire squeal just a little bit as you bring it in, and then you're popping it up into fourth as you come out. Now you can stay in fourth or go to fifth. Most importantly though, when you say that AWS thing, you're going to start bringing her back once you hit that AWS symbol. Try to touch that red, and then you're on it hard. Like you can get a lot of traction coming out of there. Now, this next corner up here, Pouon is like, it's a lot like Cops, where it's flat, but only if you're not a bitch. So you gotta eye where you want it to go, all right, and then turn it in. And it's seventh gear flat, and you can do it. You just have to like look where you want the car to go and get the turn in right, and it is flat. Coming out of there, now the rest of the brake point's pretty straightforward and easy. Up here, where the curb starts, roughly where you want to be looking to brake. You don't brake too much. Put it in like fourth. Keep it close to the inside here, because then that opens this up and lets you get on power a lot faster coming out of here. This is not as dangerous as it used to be. Then up here, it's like right at the 50, just before that curve, sort of is kind of when you want to look to brake. You can touch this green to get a little bit of rotation. Back on it hard out of here. And then all this shit, don't touch too much of that inside curve, you'll spin. All this is flat through Blanchimont and whatever, until we get back to bus stop. And then bus stop is an interesting one, sort of. It's not the 100, but it's like almost the 100, I would say. It's past the 150, not quite a little more than halfway past the 150 to the 100. And then you're braking, like you want it in second, touch that inside as much as you can so that you can open this up and put her in third, and then see if I can show you all out. Don't do that. All right, let's see if I can do a clean one. Alright, anyway, there you have it. Fun track. I like it. Good luck. Whatever. I don't know. Or not.